Okay, this is an early one. As you can see, I'm not dressed. I've been sitting around my nightgown drinking coffee, drinking iced coffee, and dealing with a Nigerian scammer. Well, I should say a romance scammer. I don't know if he's in Nigeria or not. His name has an S on the first name and has an S on the second name, so he's obviously not who he says he is or where he says he's from. He's claiming he's from Germany, which place I've lived, I have some experience on. He's claiming he's in Portsmouth, and I had to ask him which Portsmouth because there are definitely more than one Portsmouth. And anyway, he made the mistake of PMing me at 3 a.m. last night. 3 a.m. I don't do that for anybody. And I usually get on to people. So I got on to him this morning. And he is going strong now. No, you did not. Okay, here we go. Let me back up and go all the way back. Roberts Janessonseses. Okay, that's not even a remotely human name. That is what you would find a scammer would say. He said, "Hello, Suzanne. How are you? I hope you're doing very great. I thank you for accepting my friend request. I so much appreciate your friendship." That was his opening 3 a.m. thing. Okay. I got up at 6 and said, "Dude, it was 3 a.m. here when you PM me. That's not cool. Please don't hit me up for any reason between the hours of 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. He said, "Oh, I am sorry about that. I never knew. So where are you from, please? So that I know when not to bother you. I am in mountain time," is what I told him. "Sorry, where is mountain time?" So I tell him, "All of Central America. Where are you?" He says, "I'm in Stuttgart, but I live and work in Portsmouth, and I hope you don't mind." I said, "Which Portsmouth? I've lived in Germany some years. Are you talking about the UK or the USA?" He said, "It UK. And I hope you don't mind if you tell me how your stay in Germany." I put, "I loved it." He said, "Wow, that's great. I love traveling. I travel to many, many countries and beautiful places." I said, "What are you doing in Portsmouth?" He says, "Tell me, are you married?" "Well, I am from Germany, and I live and work in Portsmouth as cargo ship captain." I told you that before, and then I said, "No, you did not." So, hey, B, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of asking him a whole lot of questions. I've always found with these guys, I start out with a whole lot of questions. I don't fall into their laps with their flowery languages. He hasn't been romantic with me yet, but he's just asked me the marriage question. If he really had looked at my profile, he would see that I am definitely married. He's claiming he told me he was a ship captain before. No such thing. I just read you the conversation. Hey B, so I'm waiting for him now. Of course, I've thrown a monkey wrench by telling him he didn't tell me that. So he's got to back up and figure out who I was, obviously. These guys are something else with some of the stuff they come up with. I certainly did not expect him to contact me first thing in the morning. Come on, dude, I need to go mop. I need to mop my floors today, so I need you to hurry up and say whatever you're going to say. So that's basically what these guys will do. And I'm asking him why he's not answering me now, because he's sure taking a long, long time. And I want to apologize again. I did not know that my comments, that I couldn't get to them. I couldn't figure out where they were. It was over 3 weeks where I couldn't even access the comments. I didn't have a clue that people were even commenting. It wasn't giving me anything remotely telling me. I'm glad I finally got that resolved yesterday. Okay. I get it now. And I wish we should know more about each other. You are a very beautiful woman. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to say, no, I do not mind. I love to Travel. No, I don't. I don't love to travel. I like my bed. I like being home. I'm one of those. I like going and seeing things, but I hate the realities of travel. I wish that we had those Star Trek transporters. I would be down with travel then because it'd be instantaneous. Well, you've got to slog through the airport with your bare feet. I mean, take your shoes off and slog through the airport on that carpet that so many other pair of feet have been on that probably has athlete's foot and God knows what. You got to let them feel you up like you're on your wedding night. They scan you, and I can't stand in the scammer without my cane. When I finally told them that, they put me in the scanner last time, and I said, I can't do this. I can't stand. You're telling me I have to stand? I can't do that. With the cane, throwing my arms up. So there it was. How long have you been a widow? Well, wow. I never told him I was a widow. But I'm going to go with it. Okay, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to tell him I've been a widow the same number of years that I've lived here. So clearly what's happened here, and you'll see this a lot with these guys, is they're talking to more than one woman at once. This guy is he's mixing up details. I've seen this happen before, but never to this extent. This guy's profile has nothing on it but two photos of a guy, middle-aged guy. And I ran the photos. He took them out of somebody's photo bucket, I found. They're not his. Surprise, surprise. And surprise, surprise, there's nothing on his Facebook. Normally, these guys screw up when they put all kinds of details, like they put details about they love this Nigerian band, they love this particular Nigerian soccer team or whatever, or they have all Nigerian friends. This guy's got none of that. I thought he was a little more smooth operator. Now I don't think so because, like I said, he's mixing details. So let's see if we can get him to mix details enough to, that's obviously what's going on. He doesn't even have a clue how many women he's talking to. Come on, dude, you're wasting my time. I need to go ahead and get the house mopped this morning. I haven't been able to mop in the time that I've had the asthma, so the floors are a little dirtier than they normally get here. And I don't have a maid right now. If I keep on with some of the health problems I've had, including, the lack of balance, it may be that I'm going to have to hire somebody. We're talking about that, about possibly having to put somebody to work here because it's hard to mop when you can't stand without hanging onto your cane. That would be a whole new thing somebody could make $1 million at if they invented handicapped friendly aids for more than just walking, more than just the shower seat to sit in. Hey, Porky. He's taking too long. He's mixing me up with those other women, obviously. So come on. I am about to ask him if he's talking to other women. Here he comes. Okay, ever since 4 years, have any man asked you for a relationship online before now? No, you are the first. Not exactly a lie. I haven't had anybody approach that directly. You broke your hip doing laundry. I can imagine that even though I can't imagine that having done some weird falling down. So I think the worst was when I fell down in the shower and I'm hollering for my husband, come haul my ass up. Hey, Aaron. Aaron, I love it when these idiot guys, this guy, to give you a little recap, has got a name with too many S's on the end on both names. He has nothing on his profile and he is confusing me for other women. He thinks I'm a widow. I never told him that. He also thinks he told me that he was a boat captain out of Portsmouth, UK, when obviously he's neither a boat captain or in the UK. He says he's from Germany. I lived in Germany some years. I'm getting ready to start questioning him on his knowledge of Germany. He's talking about that he's from Stuttgart. Hey, Jim, where's Stuttgart exactly? Was that the place we were talking about the other day that is near Munich? Yeah, not far, about an hour north. An hour north and west, according to Jim, from Munich. So it seems like, but it's been some years since I've lived there. Okay. I'm going to throw a really crazy bone at him. There are terrible COVID restrictions here. I misspelled it. I'm not going to correct it. I stay behind 12-foot concrete walls with my staff. I'm not telling him my staff is a gardener and some pool boys right now. It's not like, okay. Hey, that Amber chick. Awesome. I'm waking up. I'm waking up I'm waking up and toying with this guy. I have a little bit of iced coffee left. I got a cat behind me who wants pets. It's one of our strays, but it's a stray that's decided she lives in the house. This guy's taking too long. He asked me what I do for a living. I am retired. So it's taking him a long time to get back to me, and he's mixing all of the details up. So I'm going to throw him some real curveballs here very shortly. I love waking up to these guys in the morning. This is the most fun you can have for free. Oh, come on, Roberts. His name's Roberts Janessonseses. Roberts. Roberts. Come on, Roberts. You're taking too long. And it's funny because you know how when you're on, well, maybe you don't know, on Facebook Messenger, when somebody is typing, you see that they are typing, that they're replying to you. I am not seeing that except for just a few seconds before he hits send. So he obviously has a Kitty, I'm reaching for the remote for the AC because it's only got hot in here, not you. Oh, he has sent me a page. He probably did because I've had several people contact me and say, you were playing with X, Y, and Z, and he tried to contact me too. What are the restrictions about COVID-19? How's it going over there? I hope he is getting better. Who is he even talking about? He. Who is this he that I'm asking if he's doing better? Who are you wishing? Who are you wishing that is better? Are you talking about my staff? Okay, let's throw him another one, because clearly, like I said, he's clearly got me confused with whoever else he's talking to, because he's talking about somebody. B, I used to do that too. I used to do that, but one of my big hobbies for many years was doing scam baiting. When I got the emails, man, that was fun. So I started, says, what if I start doing this to these guys? So I've probably done this 5 or 6 years at this point. What should I tell him I did for a living before I retired? I don't want to tell him the boring truth, which is social work, writing, and computers, different things I've done through the years. Maybe I'll tell him I'm a mortician. See if he knows what that is. So I just told him I was a mortician before I retired. Flight attendant. That would have been a good one. Flight attendant. Yeah. And it's funny because I don't like flying, because it's like being on a bus. That's one of those things that has changed a lot through the years. Back when I was a kid, flying was a very different thing. You'd show up in your best clothing and they'd feed you a real meal. The flight attendants were very helpful and nice. And it was kind of a rarefied thing. Not everybody did it. And then as more people flew, it became more and more bus-like. And now it's kind of like getting on the bus, going wherever. And if you manage to squeeze it, yeah, it was different. If you manage to squeeze a glass of water out of them, you're doing well. I had a flight. I got to tell you guys this. When I flew in March, it was just crazy. I mean, if the president is taking care of things there in your country, I said, oh, he lets tourists in. He lets tourists in because that's the truth here. And it was so different. I usually fly Delta when I'm flying back and forth here. The only problem is, since the pandemic, Delta does not offer the number of flights that they once did to and from Liberia, from the Liberia airport. I'm about an hour from the Liberia airport. It's way different than the San Jose airport, which is a zoo. Try not to fly out of there unless I absolutely must. So I flew Delta. I've never had any problems with Delta. When I make my ticket, I always put on there, hey, now I put that I can't walk, because that's true. I can't walk any long distances because the balance is crazy. People accuse me of being drunk when I start walking, even with the cane, because the balance is so off. So, of course, I need to have my ass hauled somewhere in a wheelchair. And the other thing for me that's difficult is I have crazy food allergies that go with the mast cell. One of the biggest is peanuts for me. I can't even stand to smell them. And that's bad because my husband loves peanuts. And I have to have him eat his peanut butter and his peanuts in another room and watch the spoon and the whole 9 yards. So I always put on there that I have a peanut allergy. So the flight needs to be peanut free. And it's funny, I've flown and heard people complaining, going, why aren't you sending out the peanuts? Well, they're not sending out the peanuts because somebody requested a peanut-free flight. I have never had a situation with a flight attendant like I did the last time I flew. It was the very last flight from Atlanta to Liberia. She came to me and said, I see that you have a peanut allergy, a severe peanut allergy. Well, since COVID, instead of them coming around and handing you a snack and pouring you a Coke, they throw you a little Ziploc bag full of stuff and they give you a bottle of water. I'm not opposed to that. So she said, well, I'm telling you this, but don't eat this snack in here because this snack has peanuts. And I'm looking at her like, You're going to give somebody who has a peanut allergy a peanut snack. Oh my goodness. And here's this funny thing. I had been eating this snack through my travels, so I'd already read all the labels and I knew it did not have peanuts. So I kind of laughed over that. Um, I don't know why she felt she had to come talk to me about that because it was a peanut free flight. The peanut free snacks had already been packed, the whole 9 yards. It was just crazy. Come on. Wow, that's bad. I hope you were taking care of yourself. Yes, I stay home and have everything delivered to the gatehouse. I don't have a gatehouse. I wish I did. I do have a gate. There's a door that goes through it. There is an intercom outside that's busted that hasn't worked the whole time I've moved in, and I'm very happy with that because normally I would have people ringing that thing whenever the gate is open. They come shout they stand at the gate and look at me sitting in my bedroom window and go, "Hola, hola," and then shout to show whatever they're showing. People here like to go door to door to sell all kinds of things. I've seen toothbrushes sold. I've seen cutting boards. I've seen any kind of bread you could make. Those people I will go out and buy from if I have change because the bread is excellent. People come around with corn, elote. Elote here is not very good. It's like what we would call feedlot corn in the States. It's not very sweet and it's just kind of gross. I did find out that it does make excellent Mexican street corn. If you want to use it for that, there's that. And it works well for that. Oh, okay. Let me know if I am lagging because I just got your internet connection is unstable message. And that's one of those things that we routinely get here that's just a pain in the butt. Okay. Okay, do you stay alone or stay with your children? My children are all grown and out of the house. Are you married? Do you have children? It's funny because he completely glossed over the fact that he had said he hoped that he stayed well, he felt better, and he ignored a couple things I've said, like that I was a mortician. He's determined and confused. So now I'm asking him questions. I asked him if he's married, if he has children. I'm just reflecting his own questions back to him now. Okay, dude, how long will it take you? I'm going to start timing your ass. Okay. Usually these guys are pretty quick. I don't know how good I am, B. I just enjoy this. I enjoy talking to these guys and messing with them, and then again, eventually just booting them and then telling them, congratulations, you are now on the World Wide Web on the 419 scammer sites. Your photo, your name, the whole 9 yards. Anybody that looks you up from now on will see that you are a scammer and you will never be able to use that photograph ever again. No one will. Or that name. That's a little tiny bit of revenge with these guys. I hate that they use other people's photos. I hate that they do this crap. There are a lot of women that they exploit. I mean, all you have to do is look at Dr. Phil. He does these shows routinely where women are on there claiming that they have been exploited or whatever by these guys, and most of the time they're claiming that they're in love and that these guys are going to marry them. They're just having to go through this terrible time where they have to send them money to get their passports or pay a visa fine or whatever. They're never upfront about what this is. Yeah. And they always string you along. That's the thing. If somebody asks you for money, If anybody shows up and they're inappropriately personal with you right away, like they say something like, "You are so beautiful," or "Are you married?" Jesus, I did not realize, Dustin, look at these. I really am cross-eyed. Oh, well. So when they start asking those, saying those things that are just highly suspicious, you just need to be able to know where that's coming from. That's coming from a desire to lure you into a romantic relationship, specifically for the aim of removing all of your money, particularly if you're a widow. If they think you're a widow and you're of a certain retirement age, these are the people they're looking for. They really want to exploit those of us that are older. Do you stay alone or do you stay with your children? That's the last thing he said. Okay. And it's taking him. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, dude. Here he comes. It looks like it's a I am a single father. I lost my wife 2 years ago when she tried to give birth to my second child, and thank God today I survived with one child. Okay, so he has thrown out, "I am a widower with a child" bait. Seen this happen? They want to play on your sympathies. They think that a widower and a widow. Hmm. Okay, I just put, "That's too bad to be left at your age with a child. How old is your child?" Okay, I threw shade at him because the pictures that I'm looking at that he has used, that guy's got to be minimum 50 years old. So if he was having babies 2 years ago, either he robbed the cradle and married somebody way too young, or this is a big line of BS. And guess which one I think it is? Come on, dude. I want something funny here. One of the things, oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay, Roberts Jansen. Um, 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 uh, Come on, Robert. I need to boot you up. Roberts, I need to boot you so I can go mop. I'm sitting here looking at the floor going, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. Um, and I'm watching a fight on Twitter, a fight I don't have any horse in, between somebody I don't like and a bunch of people I don't know. So it's always amusing to watch these social media things. My child is 13 years old. Okay, boy or girl? I'm asking if he's been dating anybody too, because I'm curious to see what he's going to say. He's barely giving me any information whatsoever, and he keeps asking me for big information. And then when I give it to him, he just glosses over it. So, oh man, I sound like a truck driver this morning with my asthma the way it is. Okay, I think I'm going to boot this bastard. Uh, Okay, I was just reading some stuff on the Preacher Boys. They're getting ready to interview somebody that has his own problematic nature. So I'm going to have to think of what questions I want to say to this guy. Okay, let's boot this guy. He is being dull and he's taking way too long. By the way, congratulations. Your profile, your fake photos are now up at 419 sites, marking you for what you are. A romance scammer. The same thing the Nigerian 419 guys pull. Blocking you now. Okay, Roberts Jansen. We're kind of done with your ass. Okay. So that was a particularly dull one. He couldn't come up with anything that was interesting no matter what I asked him, and he kept confusing with other people. I guess maybe it's too early in the morning to be amusing, and I know it is for me. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and see if I could have some fun. Sort of fun, not quite as fun as I like. Okay, I'll see you guys later. It's been 32 minutes of this silly garbage. Let's just end this stream and go on. I've got them off the floors. Talk to you later.